Here we are. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to this stream. In the stream, we are going to build a small Laravel package from scratch. Let me prepare my desktop a little bit and start streaming. I should say that I didn't rehearse this, so you'll probably see some mistakes. Hopefully, you can learn from them as well, and see that I'm not a coding god. I'm just a human, and I make a lot of mistakes myself as well. And yeah, I hope that by watching this, you can learn to build your first package. Let's try and share the screen. If I should also say, if you have any questions, I keep my eye in the chat. So yeah, do send me your questions. Let's share the screen, and here we are. Okay, so we are going to build a small package from scratch. What do I want to do? Maybe that's a good thing to explain first. So I want to make something really simple. So it's more of a finger exercise for me. So probably everybody here knows that with Artisan, you can execute commands locally. I want to make like a remote variant of that so that you can just type PHP artisan remote and then any command of your Laravel application, and it will be executed on the remote server. That's what I want to do. So something very, very simple. Something that I'd like to have in there as well is that if I do PHP artisan remote something something, that I can translate that something something to multiple commands as well. So if I want to say PHP artisan or PHP artisan remote clear all caches, that it clears like the view cache, the config cache, that kind of stuff. So that's what we're going to try to build. Okay, let's do this. So you're looking now at a GitHub repo called Spatie Package Skeleton, and you can see that this is a template repository. And what that means is that you can create new repositories based on this one. So you get this content for free. And what is inside of this repository? Here is basically the skeleton of all our packages. So this is like the starting template, and we even have a script that we can use to fill in all the placeholders. I'm not going into details of all the files here because that would take a little bit too long. If you want to know more about all the details, then I can suggest that you can go to Laravel Package Training, which is a course that explains all the details. But you'll get like the general concepts in this stream. Okay, so let's first use this template to create a new repo, and this one is going to be called Laravel Remote. Execute execute artisan commands on a remote server, like that. We're going to do it in public, so you can just follow along as well. If you see me make a mistake or want to add a feature, just create a PR. And maybe we get like a fun PR during this stream, then maybe I'll merge it in the stream as well. Okay, let's create that repository, Laravel Remote. Like that. Let's clone it locally. So git clone spatie Laravel remote. Go to Laravel remote, like that. And open up the PHP Storm. And let's start working on it. Christoph has a question. Wouldn't it be better to Laravel artisan remote? Yeah, maybe we could do that, but in the back of my mind, I'm also thinking that we could use this to execute any bash command as well. So that's why I don't have like artisan in the name. But if it turns out that we're just going to do artisan commands, then I'll probably add that to the name. But I think for now, Laravel remote is good enough. Okay, configure skeleton. So this script, when we run it, it will just replace all of the placeholders that you find in, basically all the files here. If I open up the source directory, or not this one, but in skeleton service provider, probably we have some placeholders here. We are going to replace them all. So let's run that command. Configure skeleton. Author name is my full name. And that's my email. My username is Freek Murze. The vendor name is Spatie. The package name is Laravel Remote. Execute artisan commands on remote servers, like that. Package name, class name, Laravel Remote. I'm not going to use the Laravel suffix, but going for remote. The script will replace all the values. Yep, that's what we want. It can execute composer install. Yep, we're going to do that. All the dependencies. Gotta love how fast Composer is these days. We even got a little test to see that it runs correctly. Wanted the script to delete itself. Yep. Okay, and now we're here with like a fully configured package. So our Composer JSON, it has like the right things. We have like the right classes. We've even have set up like a very simple test here. So that's all working. This is something that this is the first time that I see it myself. A colleague of mine has changed the configuration of the package skeleton so that all the tests are running in a random order, so that you know for sure that they don't depend on each other. But if you really want to execute it in this particular order that we had it in this run, I think you can add a flag with this specific number, and then they will run in the order that they've run now. But there's like one test only now, so that doesn't really matter. Okay, let's commit this and push it. Yeah, I'll push on a regular basis, Patrick. Yeah, no problem. Which I just did now. Something that I should also highlight is that our package skeleton uses a special package of ours called Laravel Package Service Provider. And basically, the Laravel Package Service Provider provides a very easy way to register everything in a Laravel package. We have like here a beautiful API for registering things. So we can say the package is named that, it has a config file, it has views, it has a migration, it has a command. And if you were to do this manually, you would end up using a lot more code. Now, the downside of this is that this is a little bit opinionated, but I think for 80% of the packages, this is the kind of stuff that you need. I'm going to remove this. I foresee that we're going to have a config file, remote. We're not going to have views, we don't have migrations, and we'll probably have a command. So this is already the service provider that I want, I think. Okay. I'm not going to need a facade, so we're going to remove that. In Composer JSON, I should also remove it from the auto discovery, like that. Okay. And yeah, let's start building, I guess. So we want to have like a remote command, execute commands on a remote server. I guess this will be the command that we want to give it. And then we should say like, yeah, then we should do like the heart of the problem. I like to work on like the heart of the problem first. Like, how are we going to connect to a remote server? How are we going to get that command there? Well, I've already built another package called SSH, which can be used to execute commands via an SSH connection. So yeah, let's yeah, I'm not going to clone it locally. I'm just going to require it. Composer require spatie SSH. We have the SSH, but it's been a while since I've used the package myself, but I hope that the API will be clear enough. So it's SSH create. You know what? I'm going to take a look at the README first, just to know for sure how it works. Pretty sure it's simple. No, I don't want to see the issue. I want to see the README. So yeah, it's SSH create. Then user execute command. Yeah, it's pretty simple. That. And if I remember correctly, then there is an on output here that we can use to echo the line. This is already what I need. Okay, cool. Got a little syntax thing here. This line. What's the problem? Don't I know PHP well enough? This is marked as PHP 8, so that's good. Do I have a little syntax error going on here? So I'm going to type it again just to see if there isn't yeah, you can't do this. This is wrong in our README. Echo doesn't return anything, so it has to be like a full function, I guess. I guess it's that, right? Papa. Or would it work? Did I have like a closing bracket there? Let's see if PHP Storm would convert it. It doesn't try to convert it. I'm going to leave it like this for now. We'll see if we'll make it better. So on echo line. So the favorite command here, it will be this, but I foresee that we probably will have some aliases to replace this with something else. So I'm already going to create like a dedicated function for this. Get command to execute. Like that. Expected get command to execute, and by default this does return. I guess it's argument command like that. Should be a string. Probably what it's complaining about. I don't need process here. Would this already be it? There's a lot of things going on in the chat. A lot of jokes. Laravel's represent. I should say that on Friday, Tom and Susanna are going to do a stream on package building as well. I forgot to have the URL here ready, but maybe Susanna, you can paste it in the chat so people can see it. So that will probably be a fun stream as well. I'm going to look at that one as well. Okay, let's maybe try something. Let's try hard coding this stuff here, and we're going to move that in a config file later. And let's try and see if that works. Now, something that I like to do when I'm creating packages is that I install this in a real full Laravel application so I can test if it's working there. So in order to do that, I need to have like a full Laravel application. So Laravel new, and then it's Laravel remote tests app, something like that. There we go. Laravel remote test app. I don't need like a Git repository here, but I still like to do it if I make mistakes or something, that I still can come back to like the initial state or to a previous state. But I'm not going to push this one anywhere. It's just for myself. And how do you use like a local package that you haven't released yet inside of a real application? Let's do that. So in Composer require, you can just require it like you're used to. So spaCy Laravel remote. You should have like dev and then the branch name here. So dev master. And then you should say to Composer, hey, this is where you should look for that package. You can do that with repositories. This is an array. The array has an object. It has a type of URL, of path, I think. And this one is the URL, and it's the relative URL to my package, so Laravel remote. So, and this will allow Composer, when I run Composer install, to find the remote package. If I didn't do this, it's going to look on packages for this package, and obviously it's not there yet. Okay, let's try and do this. Composer update. Your package name is wrong. Laravel remove. Okay, thanks for notifying me of that. Composer update. And if everything is good, yeah, you saw it here that Composer has now symlinked my package into this project. So if I go and take a look at vendor here, vendor spaCy, then you can see that this is a symlink, which means that if I update my package here, I don't need to run Composer update here again. I always have like the fresh code here. So now I can start using the package. So with any luck, if I run artisan here, then I should see the remote command. So I'm going to grep for it. So grep remote, and here you have it, remote execute commands on a remote server. So that's it. Okay, let's try and see what happens. So right now the remote command, it should connect to the server that runs my blog, and it will execute the command that I give it, and I'm going to give it maybe who am I or something. So remote, and then the command who am I, and that should return Forge if I'm on Forge. An argument with name command already exists. It's maybe command like a reserved thing or something like that. This is how you do a argument, I think. Let's do a raw command just to see if that may be the problem. Yeah, okay, that was it. It seems like you can't use command here. And this is pretty amazing. So this is coming from my server. So we already like made a connection here. So this is already pretty good. But of course, I don't want to have like these hard-coded values here. And something that I also want, and we'll do it maybe in one go, is that right now, when I SSH into my server, let me show it to you. Forge@freek.dev. I am in like a root folder here. So my site is inside this directory. And even there, we're not like in the Laravel directory. I have like a sort of near zero downtime deployment going on, which I can do another stream on maybe later if people are interested in that. But my full application is in current. And if I want to run like artisan stuff, I need to be in this directory and not in the one, not in my Unix or Linux home folder, I guess. So I need to take care that whenever I execute a command, I should go to the root of my application. So I need to store the root somewhere as well. Can you zoom in a bit on the terminal? Yeah, sure, I can do that. Okay. I'd love to see the deploy. You know what? I'll give like a 2 seconds or 1 minute explanation about the deploy, but I'm going to stream about it. Then maybe later in a dedicated stream. All right. How I like to deploy stuff. Let me go to my blog. So I took the time a couple of years ago already to build a deploy script in Envoy. And basically what this script does is when you execute it, it will build the entire application in a directory on the server. And when it's done building, it will put a symlink to the app that we've just built to the current directory. So that directory, it stays the current until the application that I'm trying, or the version of the application that I'm trying to deploy is fully built. So imagine that this is online. I got like a application in my current directory that's symlinked to the latest release. I'm deploying now. Then the script will add like another release directory. It will build the new application there, but the users won't notice a thing because it's still like they're still using the old version of the application. And as soon as this one is done, the symlink gets moved to the new release directory and you see the new code. That's in a nutshell how this works. But that's, yeah, like a stream of its own. Okay. I guess we need to add like a config file where we will add all these variables. So let's do that now. So what do I want to have like in this config file? I guess I want to have like the host name. And by default, I'm going to use like environment variables for this. So we need to have like a host. We need to have a user. I guess we also need a path to get to like the directory where the application resides in. Remote path, host, user. Is there anything else? Port, maybe, for people that want to specify like the port. Remote port. By default, this is going to be 22, the SSH port. One Do you want to have multiple servers or limit to one? I think I want to have like multiple servers. So that's a good one, Steve. So we are going to have have hosts in here. And this is going to be like the default hosts. Like that. And now, yeah, we can support like multiple hosts here. And I think this is good enough for now. I also saw like a remark here by Robin. That process gets 100 times more complicated once you have a DB with migrations. I guess that's about like the deploy. Well, that deploy script, it does it all. It handles the migrations as well. But I'll explain that in another stream. Typo in the user environment variable. Yeah, indeed. Thank you. This is why I love mob coding. Like that. Okay. Let's put this to work. Or should I do another few config things here now that I'm here? You know what? I really also want to have like the aliases thing, that if you like type clear all caches, that it does PHP artisan, I guess it's clear cache, artisan, clear cache, config cache, view cache, and aliases, maybe. Normally I would like put like comments for each one of these options, but I'm not going to do that now. I'll do that later because yeah, we'll probably all have added comments to files in your developer life. What about a process timeout to avoid hung processes? That's a good one as well. And I see in the corner of my eye that route cache is requested by Steve as well, so we can do that here too. Now I should say that I'm probably not going to leave this in for if when I publish this package. This is just for me for testing purposes. Is there like one command for that? Optimize clear. Ooh, that's a good one. I totally forgot about that one. I thought that was removed, PHP Artisan Optimize in the newest versions of Laravel, but maybe I'm wrong. And somebody says that that I had like a typo here. Yep, port. Okay, that saves me some debugging time. You know what? I'm going to leave it like this for now. This is just for me for toying around with would this actually work if I executed it. Maybe I'll do like another example here in the default file later on. Yeah, okay. Let's go back to the command. And now we need to get like the values from the config file here. But I think, yeah, just choosing which host it is and then fetching the stuff would be nasty to just juggle around with like the config. So I'm probably going to wrap these config values in like a dedicated object. And right now I'm going to type the code that I just wish that worked. So I want to have like a host config. And I want to have that out of the remote config, get host. And I want to have like give the host name or get host name. something like that. This will be a function. And then out of host config, I can get the user here. This is the hosts, config hosts. The command is still the same. We had port. I think I have used port here, so this I can do host config port on this. And then what did we have? Path. So this accepts like an array of commands, and I think if I want to stand like in the directory that is given here, I should just give like an extra command, I think. So you know what? Get command to execute. Hosts. No, this is command, but it should get a host for that. You know what? I'm going to add I'm going to give the host config here. This will probably be host config. Host config. And this will return an array. And the first one will be the host config remote path. And I guess this will be CDing into that path. And it's just path, right? Yeah, path. Not looking at the comments, but probably you're screaming at me like, Frank, what are you doing? Path, like that. And the second is this one, I guess. Like that. Okay, and now we should, I guess, create these remote config and host config things. So let me create like a dedicated namespace for this. So we have like host config. Maybe I'll change up the names a little bit later. I don't know yet. And what was the other one? Remote config. Yeah, remote config and host config. We can import these. Get the hosts. Okay. So this one will probably give us back like the host config. How are we going to do this? Config values. And this will be config remote. What did I have in here? Hosts. Hosts. And this is the host name, I guess. Like that. And here I can return a new host config. New host config. And here we'll give it, you know what? I'll split my screen. That will probably be a little bit easier. Host. Ports. User and path. Path. Like that. What's the problem here? Yeah, I just didn't code it up yet, so let's do that now. So we are going to do a constructor here, public function construct. And this one is going to be empty. Let's do something fancy here. Here we can just do public string hosts, public int port, public string user, public string path, and I guess that's it for now. Let's take a look back at the commands. Let's see if we did things wrong. This host name. Yeah, okay. We should have an option for specifying the host name. So it's, you know what? Let's take the shorter host. And by default, it's default. I think it's like that. And this should be option host. And I think this will be it. I haven't looked at the comments in a while, so I hope that I did everything correctly. I see here that I made maybe a mistake with remote hosts. Yeah, indeed. Good one. Can you use this line inside command to echo stuff? I could, Adrian, but I'm thinking I don't want to do it now because I don't know if it's going to work by default for now. But in the best case, I want to preserve the colors of the output on the server. And I think if you do like line and comment and stuff, it will add like colors to that output. But I want to preserve the colors. I'm not sure if that's going to work from the first time, but I'm going to work towards that. And that's why I don't want to use like another helper method. Okay. Let's maybe try it out and see if it would work. So let's see if I would still get Forge. No, and there's a problem. Let's see. Construct must be of string null given. Okay, so I probably did something wrong. Fetching the config, I guess. So my guessing is that this will be empty. So yeah, let's use Ray to get the config values and see what the host name is. And let's execute it again. Oh, my screen is a lot smaller for this stream, so I need to make Ray a little bit smaller as well. Undefined function Ray, okay. I should still use it as like a dev dependency, spaCy Ray dev. Let's try it again. What's the problem now? Yeah. It's used now as a dev dependency here, but I didn't update like the dependencies in my test application. So I hope that this can be solved with composer update here. See? Nah, it didn't do that. I think because it thinks probably, hey, I've already installed remote here. So let me just remove the vendor. And I don't know if it's necessary, but let's also remove the composer lock. And let's just do composer install again. And my guess is that it will pull in Ray now as well. I didn't see it though. So still not Ray. Okay. You know what? I'll just install Ray as a dev dependency in the package itself, in the project itself. And now it's surely defined. in the command like that. Okay. All right. It seems that we have like not mapped our values good here. We got default here. This is good, but here we made some mistakes, I guess. So config values are not set correctly. Oh, that's not like that. Let's split horizontally. What did I do wrong? Ah, yeah, of course. This isn't set to anything now. Pum, 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 pum. How do I want to go about this? You know what? I'm just going to. Oh no! You know what? I'm just going to. Yeah, use those environment files here already. Environment variables here already. So the remote hosts is fake.dev. The remote user is Forge. The remote path is I don't know by heart anymore. Let's take a look. Home Forge, yeah. Home Forge fake.dev current. Like that. And with any luck, it'll be correct now. Yeah, everything is filled in. That's good. And I got Forge here. So this worked. That's nice. Typo in config ports. Man, how many typos did I make? Thanks for notifying that of me. Or notifying me. Typo in config port. Port. Seems good to me here. Port seems good to me as well. There. Ignore it for now. Got some bad output here, but let's try it on a nice command line. Yeah. And this is, I guess, what I want. If I do ls here, I hope I'm in the directory on the server that holds my Laravel application. And yeah, I have all the files here. So this is good. Is there still like the inspire command here? Yeah. Let's try it remotely. Remote PHP artisan inspire and see if you get like an inspiring quote from the server. And inspire is not defined. I think I've removed it from fake.dev. Which is like another artisan command that is safe to stream here. See if optimize is there. Yeah, optimize is there. So this we executed this on the server, so this is nice. I do hate the fact that I need to do PHP artisan here. So maybe I could have like a dedicated command like artisan remote or something. I don't know what would be like a good way of going about this, and have like remote for the raw stuff so that you can do any command. I don't know yet. But I'm already pretty happy with this. So let's push this already. So this is already working. Maybe try to do that alias thing. You know what? I'm going to do other commands here because that optimize command, it still exists. I'm going to do ls and then who am I? Something like that. Maybe an option artisan. Yeah, it could be an option artisan, but it's it's just not so fun to type, I guess. Yeah, but on the other hand, yeah, this will probably be. I'll probably alias stuff like this so that I can do like AR and then the command, and then like having like artisan makes a lot of sense, I guess. Yeah, maybe just an option artisan. Maybe that's good. Um, what are we going to do with it first? That option or the aliases part? Let me check the time also. So my kids, they will come home in like 15 minutes, so I only have 10 minutes time. Pa-pa-pa-pum. I would do it the other way around, raw. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, it's like a difficult one. This is like the part where I'm very glad that I have like a talented team behind me. And if I was not streaming, I would open up Slack now and ask for opinions. What do you think? Remote art command. Yeah, that could also be good. You know what? I'm going to go with like the simplest thing and just make that work, and we'll see if we can improve it. If there are like other opinions coming that convince me, as long as I don't take like a 0.1 release, I can basically just change my mind if I wanted to. Okay, so let's try and see if that works. So we should have like an artisan flag here. I actually forgot how to do like a have like a flag here. So let me just look it up. Artisan console. I guess it's option. Even I still have to look up these basic kind of stuff once in a while. Arguments and options, but that's not what I want. Arguments and options, fine expectation, options. Here. Optional arguments. And options. Not specified, it will be null. Yeah, I guess this is what I want. Right? So this will be null if it isn't given. Otherwise, it will be true. You know what? Let's just test it. So this option artisan, and let's just send this to Ray. Here, Ray. Where's my second window? Here. Yeah, now it's false. And if I add the artisan, then it's true. Yeah, okay, so that is how it works. Nice. So, what would be the nicest way to go about this? Let's do prefix. So we'll add like the command here. And then if this option artisan command is PHP artisan and I'm going to put it in single quotes just to be sure. And that should already do the trick, I guess. Okay, let's try it out. So PHP remote optimize, and this is an artisan command. Yeah, and that works. If I didn't do artisan, then it would just do optimize, and that bash command doesn't exist. So that's good. Let me check the time. Let's see. Do we still want to use this? Would this be like a useful thing to have? You know what? While I think about it, I'm going to explain how I would do tests for this, because I haven't written any tests yet. And if I'm totally honest, when I'm creating like a new package like this one, where I'm still toying around with the idea, I just do it like this, you know. I just code it up, just try it out and see if it works as I want. For this kind of package. For other packages, sometimes I start with tests, but it doesn't happen too often, if I am honest. I just want to have like the core functionality working, and when I am happy with that, then I'll probably cement this in with tests. And if I add new stuff, I will probably add tests when I add the little feature. But just for the heart of the package, I like to toy around it with the idea first. But let me show you how I have tested the SSH package. And I guess this is where I should clone it. I have already cloned it. So let me show you the tests of that package. Come on, PHP Storm. For some reason, it doesn't want to show it. So, it's an empty directory. Remove SSH, git clone, spatie SSH. Now we have the full package, I guess. So how I've tested the SSH package is just by getting like the command that it would execute. Just so not execute it for real, but just get like the command that it should execute. And probably I would do like some kind of the same thing for this package as well, where I would probably add something, hey, if we're in testing mode, don't execute it, but output like the command that you would execute and use a snapshot for that. That could be one approach to do it. Another approach, but I think it might be a little bit too much. Something that I did together with my colleague Ruben in the, I think, Docker. Is it Docker? Yeah, I forgot. I thought we had like a Docker package. Maybe it's just Docker. Yeah, it's Docker. And what we did in there was, actually spin up like Docker instances and SSH into those and see if what happened in that Docker container was what we wanted. This is like a more like, I think, integration kind of test where you really simulate everything that SSH has to offer. Maybe I could go about it like this. I don't know yet. Maybe I can do like another stream where I explain that. And you know what? I think we've streamed now for an hour. I think it could be time to wrap things up. I'm already pretty happy with this as basis. I don't think this is like a much spectacular package or something like that, but I think in some cases this can be quite handy to just do like PHP artisan remote and then the command and then having it execute on the server. So I'll probably polish this a little bit add some tests, make this work. Listen to what some of you would like in here, add it as well, and tag a stable version. For now, I'm going to take a look at the questions. Let me stop sharing my screen so I can put in the chat in the middle here. And let me answer some of the questions. What time is the next stream? I don't know yet. I haven't planned it yet. I'll probably announce it on Twitter a day or a couple of hours before. About to deploy. Yeah, I'll do one on deploy. I have a question. I'm a Persian Laravel programmer. How important Laravel packaging is in your countries for migration? I don't understand that question. If I answer on it shallowly, then I would say, yeah, with packages you can include migrations as well. If you want to see an example of that, take a look at our package skeleton that I showed you in the beginning of the stream. There are a couple of migrations used there as well. And I think, yeah, that's all the questions that we have for now. So yeah, that's it. I hope that you enjoyed this little stream. Thanks for watching, and yeah, see you the next time. Bye bye, everybody.